Let's go live to sunny Manchester and James Cooper. James, you've been speaking with the new executive chairman of City, Garry Cook, about Ronaldinho. What did he have to say?
Well, I think first and foremost, they're very excited. Dr. Thaksin Shinawatra, who's in China at the moment, has been talking large and proud about Ronaldinho coming here. I think what they're worried about is that the Ronaldinho they might bring here is also large and proud, and they don't want that. They want a Ronaldinho that was the World Player of the Year and someone that can add not just strength to Manchester City, but bring Manchester City fans in their droves to the City of Manchester Stadium. But having talked to Garry Cook, I'm reminded that it's been an absolute whirlwind for Mark Hughes. 2 days, and he's been made Manchester City manager. Well, for Garry Cook, he came over from America, and this is the first 2 days he's had to taste of football. But there's no doubt, if they can get Ronaldinho, if he's in the right shape, they'd love him here, and they know the fans would love him here.
I would love to see Ronaldinho at this football club. I think the fans, more importantly, would love to see Ronaldinho at this football club, and we're moving down that track. And you know, we understand again, though, there's a competitive landscape to the greatest footballer currently of our time, and we'll keep moving forward on it.
It's Mark's decision, clearly, but I think if he's presented with the Ronaldinho of Barcelona 2 or 3 years ago, the hungry, the lean, the World Footballer of the Year, not many managers would say no to that.
I couldn't agree more, and I think one of the things that we've had to sit down with Mark with is initially is, here are some targets that we've got, what do you think? And he's been very clear in his thoughts, and Ronaldinho being one of those, he's clearly. At the same time, though, you know, I think it's fair to say we don't want this to become a marketing exercise. It's about a footballer. Mark has to make the decision on when he's in the football team. It's not. We're not taking him at the expense of being a great football club.
What did he also say, James, about the appointment of Mark Hughes?
I think the two men are very close, and I think the speed of that appointment shows that they got on very, very quickly. I think within the first hour, Mark Hughes liked Garry Cook and vice versa, which is an important thing because Garry Cook, of course, is Dr. Thaksin Shinawatra's man in Manchester. But in terms of their relationship and moving forward, there's a 10-year plan, albeit, of course, Mark Hughes has signed a 3-year contract. But they're confident that by the end of that 10 years, perhaps even sooner than that, Manchester City will be a true global power, not just a force in the Premier League. They're talking about Champions League football. They're talking almost about world domination, and certainly using Manchester United just 100 yards away as inspiration, not intimidation.
Very much indeed, James.
We both have very similar ambitions. We're both young. We've both had, and I speak modestly, so I apologise, we've had relative success at a young age, but we're very ambitious, and that's what really drove me towards Mark, and that's how Mark and I kind of hit it off. We both know what we want, and we know that there's a lot of runway left for us to get it, and I think that I'm looking forward to the partnership, but I think we're going to have some fun too.
Could be some fun, certainly. I mean, if Ronaldinho comes. What about this player, Joe? What do we know about him, and how likely is it he'll come as well?
I think it's more than likely. I think they're almost wrapping up that one. It's going to be a lot of money, around about sort of £20 million. He's 21 years old. He's played for CSKA Moscow, scored something like 44 goals in 77 games for the Russian side, and I think he's someone they want to bring in here. I think here Jarabchin's involved in that because, of course, Jarabchin controls an interest in the player, much like he did Mascherano and Tevez. So I think they're trying to iron that out and sort out a similar arrangement, of course, to the Carlos Tevez deal at Manchester United. But Joe is on his way. Ronaldinho might be on his way if he's in the right shape. And another person who will be at the City of Manchester Stadium in the next year is Michael Jordan. That's courtesy of Garry Cook. He's been working for an awful long time building the Michael Jordan brand across the world. And Michael Jordan will be here, but they've been told they've got to make the stadium warm enough for him to come here. But expect to see the biggest name in basketball alongside what they hope will be one of the biggest names in football. That's the dream.
Celebrity circus, isn't it?
It is.